Hey everyone, it's Rainash30, and today I've gone through the evolution of Batman to recap all of his appearances in the Arkhamverse video game series. So, without any delay, let's begin. Batman Arkham Origins Initiation. We start with his first chronological appearance in the Arkham Origins DLC challenge map. Before he became the Batman, Bruce journeyed to the mountain regions in North Korea, where he found a secret monastery and trained under Master Kirigi. To prove his worth, Bruce begins story-driven challenges that test his martial arts. He completes 2 Predator challenges and 2 combat challenges using shurikens in his arsenal, and faces Kirigi's most gifted student, Lady Shiva. Depending on how the player finishes these challenges, there are 3 different endings. If the player gets less than 9 medals, Kirigi believes Bruce is the best trained foreigner, but sends him to the latrines. If the player gets 9 or more medals, Kirigi thinks he's done well, but still has a lot to learn. Finally, if the player gets all 15 medals, Kirigi is impressed and gives the instruction Bruce sought, which is most likely the path Bruce took to become Batman.
You survived to fight again, but I would not let beginner's luck cloud your judgment. This test is far from over, and we shall truly see if you are one of us. Make him suffer.
Batman Arkham Origins. Now on Christmas Eve, about 2 years after his training, Batman has a quick suit-up sequence and responds to a breakout at Blackgate prison where Black Mask is holding Commissioner Loeb hostage. After he battles and defeats Killer Croc, he learns that Black Mask hired 8 of the world's greatest assassins, Killer Croc, Deathstroke, Firefly, Copperhead, Deadshot, Electrocutioner, Lady Shiva, and Bane to kill him for $50 million. As the story progresses, Batman defeats them one by one, but while investigating, he uncovers that the Joker is posing as Black Mask to orchestrate everything. Though Batman helps arrest him, after the Joker takes over Blackgate, Batman returns to defeat a Venom-induced Bane and helps the police gain control. As he ends with beating the hell out of the Joker, but doesn't kill him, he builds a trusting relationship with Jim Gordon.
When the mugger or the thief stops to think twice, that is fear. That is what I am. That is why they hired assassins, because I am the reason the criminals breathe easier when the sun rises. So no, Alfred, I am not in over my head. Tonight will be my end, but it will be theirs.
Batman Arkham Origins Cold Heart. Now less than a week later on New Year's Eve, in another Arkham Origins DLC, Mr. Freeze attacks Wayne Manor, to which Bruce takes an alternate entrance to the Batcave to suit up as Batman. Though Freeze kidnaps Ferris Boyle, while tracking him, Batman learns that he needs Boyle's access codes to get his wife Nora. As he acquires an extreme environment suit to combat the cold, using his evidence scanner, he pieces together that it was Boyle who created Mr. Freeze. Once he confronts him, Batman tries to reason, but is ultimately forced to stop him. Though Boyle gets the upper hand, Batman escapes to take him down and restores Nora's cryogenic containment unit.
The cryochemical cocktail altered Victor's metabolism, as well as the guards. Victor survived, but he knew that leaving the supercooled lab would kill him. So he built himself a suit and utilized an organic supercoolant to keep his core temperature sub-zero. All this violence, he's just trying to save his dying wife.
Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate. Now in a side-scroller game, 3 months following Mr. Freeze's debut, after Batman meets Catwoman and defeats her for stealing files, 2 weeks later, an explosion occurs at Blackgate. As Batman is summoned by Jim, he travels there and meets Catwoman, where he learns that supervillains have taken territories and also taken hostages. While he attempts to restore power, through his pursuit, he battles Bronze Tiger, Deadshot, Solomon Grundy, the Penguin, Black Mask, and the Joker. However, after discovering that there are no hostages, Catwoman reveals she lied as she was hired to rescue Bane.
Gotham City is mine now. 3 months ago, I took down the deadliest villains it had to offer. But just because I'm here doesn't mean criminals will disappear. Now some of them see me as a personal challenge. I'm going to have to stay a step ahead. Take tonight, for example.
Batman Assault on Arkham. Now about 4 years following the events at Blackgate, after Batman rescues the Riddler from an assassination. When he doesn't get information about Joker's bomb, he returns him to Arkham. A couple of days later, Batman asks Harley Quinn about the bomb and arrests her when she knows nothing, but unbeknownst that she plans to help the Suicide Squad infiltrate Arkham. Subsequently, after stopping Victor Zsasz, being alerted about a code yellow, and realizing that Arkham's footage is looped, he responds and battles the squad. As he then goes undercover to gain info and stops Bane, he finds the bomb in Harley's mallet and defuses it. But a day later, he confronts Amanda Waller to give her a warning.
You knew when you sent your little Suicide Squad into Arkham, they'd go off script. All that, just so you could kill the Riddler.
Let's just say I break a lot of eggs to make an omelet.
And because you're a messy cook, the Riddler was able to escape.
My men will get Nigma next time.
There is no next time.
Batman Arkham Asylum. Then about 2 years after the Suicide Squad infiltrated Arkham, as Batman takes the Joker there, he accompanies him since he easily surrendered himself. As the Joker then escapes and takes over, leaving Batman to explore Arkham Island and fight Bane and Harley, Batman heads to a Batcave where he learns that the Joker wants access to a stronger Bane venom called Titan. When Joker recovers massive amounts of it, Batman visits Killer Croc's lair to retrieve plant spores to synthesize an anti-Titan, and defeats Poison Ivy when her plants get out of control. As he then confronts the Joker, Batman takes the Titan instead of Jim, but resists it. So when Joker takes an overdose, Batman uses the antidote on himself to focus on stopping him. As the GCPD then takes control, rather than resting, Batman continues his work by responding to Two-Face robbing a bank.
Can't beat me. I'm actually going to win. Ready for the next round?
Always.
What?
I'll never let you win. Never.
Batman Arkham City. Now more than a year after the Joker took over Arkham, while attempting to close Arkham City, Bruce is kidnapped by Hugo Strange's operatives, where he learns about Protocol 10. After escaping and acquiring his suit, he saves Catwoman from Two-Face and tracks down the Joker to ask about Protocol 10, as he finds him sick in the aftermath of taking Titan, and later discovers that Joker infected him with his blood so he would get him a cure. Mr. Freeze is able to create one, but requires blood with Lazarus. Batman then tracks down Ra's al Ghul, where after refusing to become his successor and extracting his blood, Harley steals the cure, and Strange begins Protocol 10, wiping out the city with missiles. Prioritizing the city over the cure, he stops Strange and learns Ra's is behind everything, but after Ra's kills himself to avoid being caught, Joker threatens to kill Talia. After the real Joker kills her, Batman fights Clayface to take the cure, though when he drops the rest when Joker attacks, Joker dies, and Batman carries his body out of Arkham City.
Every decision you've ever made ends with death and misery. People die. I stop you. You'll just break out and do it again. Do you want to know something funny? Even after everything you've done, I would have saved you.
Batman Arkham City, Harley Quinn's Revenge. Now taking place 2 weeks after the Joker's death, Batman tries to track down Harley after learning she's kidnapped cops. Despite it being a trap as she blames him for the Joker's death, while tracking them, he locates her headquarters. To bypass her secured keypad, he interrogates her thugs for the passcode and hacks the lock to enter, but to ensure a cop's survival, he takes a bullet for him. While they then kidnap him, 2 days later after realizing that Batman's missing, Robin tracks him and finds him trapped in a Joker monument. While Robin releases him and rescues the remaining cops, Batman deals with defusing several bombs and defeats Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
Her goons ambushed my guys and dragged them towards the steel mill. We can't get close.
I'll handle it.
You sure? You know she blames you, right? Could be a trap.
Fall back and stop anyone else getting hurt. I'll handle the rest.
Batman Arkham VR. Now several months following Harley's revenge, a day before Halloween, when Bruce heads to the Batcave, Alfred notifies him that Nightwing and Robin aren't responding. Though Batman locates Nightwing, he discovers he's been killed by a murderer with skills, After interrogating Penguin, as his thug was a witness, Batman heads to the sewers where he finds Robin alive until Killer Croc kills him. Suddenly, he appears in Arkham, where he ends up in a room and believes that he is the murderer. Seeing signs of the Joker everywhere, he's seen in his reflection until he realizes that this is all just a nightmare caused by Joker's blood still running through his veins.
Your killer was fast, strong, but that wasn't why they beat you. They knew exactly how you'd fight.
Whoever it was, I didn't see them coming. But this graffiti, some kind of Joker copycat, maybe?
Batman Arkham Knight. Now on Halloween night, a day after Batman's nightmare, Batman, with the new suit, attempts to track down Scarecrow when he threatens to release his new fear toxin in Gotham. Battling his militia with the Batmobile, where he meets the Arkham Knight, he confronts Scarecrow, but is exposed to his toxins while reducing his bomb's blast radius. After Joker frequently appears to taunt him due to the infected blood and being exposed, the Knight later releases the toxin, so Batman seeks out Poison Ivy to neutralize it. While it costs her life, after confronting the Knight, who reveals in anger he's Jason, Batman apologizes for leaving him to be tortured by the Joker. He then helps fend the GCPD from the militia before surrendering himself to save Robin and Jim. Though his identity is revealed and Scarecrow injects him with toxin, Batman mentally locks away the Joker and becomes fearless. After Jason rescues him, Batman overcomes Scarecrow and shows him fear. With Gotham now safe from all criminals, Bruce activates the Nightfall Protocol, where the story ends with Wayne Manor exploding, seemingly killing Bruce and Alfred, until a year later, a Nightmare Batman appears to stop a mugging.
Look after him, Jim. Look after them all. You've been a good friend. The best I could ask for. You were there at the beginning. And now, you get to see how it ends.
Batman Arkham Knight Season of Infamy. Ending with his final appearance, during the events of Arkham Knight, this DLC is split into 4 stories. Starting with Mad Hatter, Batman rescues 2 kidnapped officers with bombs, while he saves the last in his book and then stops Jervis. The second occurs when a prison airship crashes, where after Batman rescues officers, he and Nightwing battle Killer Croc, but also arrest the Warden for experimenting on him. The third deals with Mr. Freeze, where after Batman agrees to help him, he rescues Nora from the militia and battles their tanks on ice. The final story deals with the League of Shadows, where Batman locates a dying Raish, but can choose to either cure or not cure him.
I won't help you revive him.
We know you, Detective. You will not let innocents die. Yet you will not kill the demon's head to prevent their deaths.
Detective, help me. For Talia.
Now with the end of his evolution till he makes another appearance, comment down below which Arkham Batman was your favorite. But make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram for updates. And until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next evolution.